Hi everybody, it's Rob. Right, image training course. We're on to video number 14, and this is the size, the weight, if you like, or the size of pixels, not the length and breadth of your images, and why it's very important. So to try and give you the best example, let me pause this, and I'm going to show you what happens if you test a site loading speed. 1 second. Let me explain while everything's opening. This is my print-on-demand site, which I've only worked on for 3 weeks. My bad, 10 months ago. Please don't judge me. But it's safe because it's mine. I can show you. So if your images, and you've got too many of them, and they're all big images, and they load slowly, they will affect your website that Google will never rank you. Okay? In other words, your images can't be too big. They must be the right size. Okay, so if I took my website and I went to GT Metrics and I said to them, excuse me, just check my website. Now, in my training on SEO, I show you tools that will also show you where your images are too big and not too big. SEO Power Suite has got tools. Probably Screaming Frog will cover it too. But GT Metrics here is a pretty cool tool too, because what it's doing is it's testing your site loading speed, and it's giving you a mark at it, like a school mark. So 4.5 seconds, it's okay, but it says that I've got issues. Now let's check this out. So optimize images. Let's go and have a look. So it says to me that I need to compress these. See, this image, which was the logo. People, do as I say, don't do as I do. Yeah, I could reduce by literally by 95% because it's a logo size, and obviously I've made it far too big, and I need to chuck it through the system. There's an optimized version. Yeah, you see how big it is. Well, this is optimized. I don't know. I doubt they'll do that for me. But yes, yeah, so it's telling me that this is too big. If I'm going to put it that big on the page, don't have it this big in reality. And that's really what this... Sorry. I love testing my own stuff. So as you can see, if I went and fixed all my images, right, I can get this grade that I've got here, which was a little embarrassing. It was an F. And I can increase this page speed score up. And maybe the Y slow. Let's see what the Y slow does. No. So it's the page speed side. And incidentally, the waterfall will show me too where it got stuck. So here it'll tell you loading things took so long. The biggest one is all of this. Whatever it is. So it tells you stuff that's really cool, but the bottom line is that you need your pages to be small. So let me show you an image. This is one that has properties. I downloaded it somewhere. Free image, pretty certain. And it's 4.9. This is huge. I definitely do not need this on my website. It'll slow it down to literally running as if you were drunk in the dark in mud, 1 meter deep. That's how fast your website will load. Does that give you an idea? So this image, you would resize it step by step, so that you're making it work. Now let me see if I'm going to be redoing this. Resizing, where am I now? Size by area, image manager, tiny PNG. Okay, I'm going to be doing sorry, I really shouldn't think so hard while I'm making a video, because what I do is I take this image, for now I'm just going to take it and bung it over onto another page, and I would load it into a place called tiny PNG. So the resizing gets done in a number of ways. First up, if you remember correctly, I right click on the image. Sorry, I've moved it to my other screen, but I'm going to open with Microsoft Office 2010. So the resizing by pixels for now, I'm not going to hit resize because that's the next video. I'm going to compress. I'm going to go to documents, and I already take it to 82. Can you see? 82 kilobits is in fact just fine. So I can reduce it down by that much. So I'd now file save as, I'd call it for web 1 or web on my desktop, job done. Sorry, I can't resist checking my autocorrect. I then close this, don't save, go back to my desktop, check it out, and I've now got a version that is tiny. How beautiful is that, right? Now, if I can bring this other guy up the other way, you go to a place called Tiny PNG. I go there all the time, so it knows me. We're friends. And you would take this huge image and drop it into here, and it'll go from 4,3 down to something. Okay? Sorry, it's having to really think. Now, while I'm at it, let me take its friend and show you that when it's already only 36, it'll probably jump up to 50. Sorry, I can't explain how that happens. But so 36 would have been just fine to use on my website. Incidentally, even at 36, that image is still huge, which will be my next video about resizing. So you can reduce the pixel data size of your images through Microsoft image thing, that Microsoft 2010 one I've just shown you, through Tiny PNG works too. And you can also put a plugin in your website that does it for you. So what I normally do is with that, am I logged into any of my websites? No, I am here. But I don't want to add that plugin to here. But there are, you can go and add the Tiny PNG plugin to your website, and it will still reduce it even further as you go along. I highly recommend you do that. I do it for my clients. I kind of got lazy with myself, because one of the problems that you need to know about while this is happening here, I've got a feeling it's coming unstuck because it's so tiny, it's thinking, huh? Anyway, so one of the problems with resizing, compressing, there's the right word, wow, I knew I'd get the right word, is compressing your images down to a manageable size to load faster on your website, is that it's another one of those steps that you have to do to work on your website. And you're going to be one person. And remember, I'm teaching you as a person with fibromyalgia how to be better at this. Okay, and that's good. But I need to tell you teach you the stress-freest, quickest, smoothest, least schleppy way of, wow, sorry about that sentence, to get it done. 38, it went down to 29. Good job, Rob. So I download them for what it's worth. Oh, this always does this trick to me. It downloads to here. I can see I've been doing it. It goes to number 5 already. And I'd then have an image that I can work with. I think I've covered everything that I needed to do. So, yeah, remember, oh, in Photoshop. Let's do that too. So cancel that. Let's go back to these images, right? So where was it? The big one. Oh, I moved them. So I've got this one and the web version. Now this is the tiny one. This is the big one, right? So the other way around is to open with Photoshop. So now this is compressing your image. Okay. So remember, it was big, that one. Okay. So you have to decide which way. Sometimes, by the way, sometimes you've got to filter these images through 2 or 3 layers to get it down. My bad that I've taken 9 minutes to get to the fact is that you should work with 100 kbs or less on your website per image. Incidentally, the next video is going to be about resizing length by breadth. And that will also reduce it. Remember when I started on this video, I showed you my Anderson gift logo. Part of that is because it's too big. Wide, you know, if I just made it length by breadth smaller, it would already be good and work better. Wow. Okay, so if I go into here now, if I do file and I do save as, sorry, I'm going to just waste a bit of your time here, and you call this Photoshop. Please don't pick on me for my spelling. Onto the desktop is cool. So that's cool. Now watch this. You can set this. Let's go low and see how low we can go. Okay, so now we've got an image that is 800. It's still huge. So that was low. I have no idea the difference in quality. Let's have a look. Okay, at a glance, oh crap, it's going to go to all other images. At a glance, all three of those are the same. Let's try this trick. This was the original. Right, that's lovely. Sorry, I have to do this to show you. So there's the next one. This is the web one. That's nice and small. Can you see what happens? But you're not zooming into that level, right? So, oh my bad, here's the button here. This is the third one now. This is the Photoshop one that I've just saved. That's still far too big at 800, and that's why this is still pretty clear. Okay, so let's go back into Photoshop and do what I normally do, and that is that, other than, by the way, I would recrop it first anyway, but we're not talking about that in this video. We're talking about compression. So I'd go to export and I'd do save for web, and this is very lazy because it's a quick shortcut button. I would save it as a JPEG, I'd save it as medium, and I'd click save, and this is the first step I would do. So this is now Photoshop web, and I'd wait for it to do its thing. I'd bail out of here and go and have a look at what this one looks like. I didn't see how big it was, but let's go in here and play anyway. So this is how big it is up here. By the way, if it's this clear, it tells me it's 500. Let's go and have a peep. So properties, whoa, 1,15. It's far too huge. So can you see, these are all useless. The one that did it the best is the blurry one, this one, which of course is understandably blurry because, so come and open. So again, if you've got that image in like that, you're okay. As soon as you decide to kind of make it go like this, well, you've got a problem. But the joke is that at some point you're almost okay. People judge you on the quality of your images, by the way. Remember, everything is judging a book by its cover. I know you're going to tell people, don't judge a book by its cover. Oh, rubbish. People look at your website and make a microsecond decision in their heads, oh, this is cool, or and you don't want because you're never going to sell a guy that's got in his head from the very first step. Okay, so just to repeat, resizing, compression, Microsoft Office Picture Manager, which is Office 2010 #1, or Photoshop, or Tiny PNG online, and or putting it through the plugin on your website. Now, sometimes all of those, until you've got it down to tiny, less than 100, okay? And then you can use that. Now, I'm going to come back in and feed this one through in the next video through resizing by cropping it, and it obviously will make a huge difference too. Let's get to the next video up here. Okay, cheers.